Some of our goals and expectations for the season, like every year, we want to compete with every team that we're going against. We put a pretty tough schedule together this year. Probably one of the toughest schedules I put together since I've been here. To challenge our guys, I think we're at that point in the program where we need to step up against the competition that we need to see to get to the NCAA tournament. So I think we could be competitive in every dual meet we're going up against. There's going to be some very challenging teams that we're going to be hitting this year. But the goal and the expectation, like always, is that's going to pay off at the end for our conference and hopefully going to the NCAA tournament. Some of our key returners this year, obviously Rick Durso coming off a red shirt. Season before that was a NCAA All-American. So coming back with his leadership, his experience, going back down to 141. He redshirted and went 149 just for there's no sense of cutting down to 41, but now he's back at 141, and I think that's going to be the tip of the spear. But we got a lot of guys behind him that I think are going to do really well. Patty Quinlan is looking really good, putting in a great summer, along with Rob King and numerous other guys. Some of our key losses last year, I'd say off the bat would be Robert Ruiz was a solid competitor for us from 133 and stepped into 141 when Rick redshirted. So, guys like that are going to be tough to replace. Along with like Alex Henry was our lone heavyweight that is now a responsibility for Pelusi. That's going to be moving up from 197 to heavyweight. So it's going to be interesting to see how those weight classes get filled with the guys coming back. But I think we have a good core of guys returning that are going to keep the program moving forward. Our freshman class as a whole, I think they bring in another level of talent and experience that every year I think we're getting a better level of recruit, and guys come in with a little bit more experience coming from programs with a little bit more structure. So their skill level coming in is a little bit higher. So the biggest thing for all freshmen is dealing with the pace and the intensity of Division I wrestling, and especially our conference is one of the toughest conferences in the country. Jack Argrass, for example, and Corey Kekesner. Chucky Kekesner's brother is here as a freshman. He'll definitely add some depth to the program, along with Jared Warman and a few others. But these guys that we have coming in have been in big tournaments. They've been in tough matches, so I think they're going to handle the transition pretty well. Preseason and training this year is going really great. I think our guys did a great job this summer. We had more than we ever have guys competing over summertime, going to the University Nationals, the Northeast Regionals in East Stroudsburg, doing freestyle, committing to the lifting program. So everyone came back, all their numbers. We test them before they leave and test them when they come back with their numbers. And Coach Childs does a good job with that, with getting guys ready for coming in and being prepared. And all our numbers are up in terms of our mile times are down, their body fat's down. They're fit. They came in fit and made our preseason go really quickly. So it wasn't getting them in shape, it was getting ready to compete and wrestle. One of the great things that has been happening here, that we've grown our roster to the point where we have guys challenging for weight classes. Actually, this Sunday we'll have pre-Wrestleoffs, guys kind of getting down to the final two. And then Friday, the 23rd, 7:30, we'll have our blue-white Wrestle-Off, which puts our guys, we'll have the match set up. The guys will be in singlets. We do this every year to try to simulate a competition as much as possible before we go into the Rutgers duel. And it's a good way to showcase our team and guys challenging for that spot. We focus on trying to get as many conference teams on our schedule as possible. I believe we have around 9 conference head-to-head matches. The reason for that is that we need to start getting guys to the NCAA tournament. To do that, we need to have some seeding opportunity in our conference. One of the first seeding criteria is head-to-head matchups. The only way to guarantee head-to-head matchups is to put guys in dual meet situations. Tournaments is kind of luck of the draw and how matches go. Dual meets, for the most part, you're going to see the matchups we need. So obviously Lehigh, Princeton, Harvard are all going to be Bucknell. We opened up with Binghamton and Rutgers. We also threw a couple of Big Ten teams on there. Northwestern, we're at the Grapple the Garden, and we opened up with Rutgers at the tri-meet down there at Rutgers with Binghamton. So our guys are going to see the guys that they need to beat to get into the NCAA tournament. That does a couple of things. That prepares them, whether we win or lose against those head-to-head matchups, gives us the information we need to be prepared going into our conference. With Nestor Tafur leaving, and it was just a great opportunity for Nestor to pursue his dreams. He wants to focus on competing. And it's kind of hard to do both, coach and compete. When you're coaching, you're worried about everyone else. When you're competing, you got to focus on yourself. And he's still trying to. He's really passionate about trying to make the Olympics in Brazil. So he's focused on trying to do that. So it was a great opportunity for him. He had to jump on that, but it also opened up the door to bring in a great quality coach and a great athlete. Andrew Alton, I think, is one of the top PA guys, along with his brother Dylan Alton. In PA history, there's a number of PA guys, but I think he can be ranked up there with one of the top ones. Wrestled at Penn State under Cal Sanderson, one of the top programs in the country. Due to a lot of injuries and misfortune, I don't think he was able to accomplish everything he wanted to accomplish. But I think as a coach, I think he's going to have a whole nother opportunity to reach different goals and to get other guys to where they want to be. With his Big Ten experience, with his experience wrestling under guys like Cal Sanderson and being coached by Cunningham and those type of guys, that experience I think is going to be tremendous opportunity for our guys to learn from and to kind of bounce ideas from. And he's been in big competitions. He's wrestled at high levels, junior national champ, and the list goes on and on. So he knows how to handle himself in major competitions. I think that's the biggest thing for our guys is how to handle that stress and that competition poise. And we're looking to Andrew to kind of help guide our guys through that process as well. And he's going to be a tremendous workout partner for Rick Durso. He's a little bit closer in weight than Nestor, so I think he's going to be a good training partner for Rick senior year and get Rick to that next level is one of our goals, along with all our other lighter weights.